So what do you get when you mix nature, adventure, some interesting people, and four-wheel drives? Four-wheel drive to the max! This is four-wheel drive to the max. In case you missed what happened in the first 2 episodes, here's the recap.
In the first episode, we kicked things off with a super tight 4x4 challenge that Team Old Boys nailed.
I'm supposed to be outside. I can't see that one.
But instead of nailing the results, Team Scorpio nailed a whole lot of poles.
What is a group of giraffe called?
And we asked the team some questions about nature.
And I know this.
And that didn't go very well either.
No, it's not a giggle of giraffe. Crash.
Next, we did some target shooting, and young Kirsty surprised everyone by actually hitting a target. In effect, saving her and her dad from landing up in the bottom 2.
And the loving couple?
The 2 teams with the least points were up for elimination.
That was a coin flip.
And then our final decider, father and daughter team, Tshepo and Bipilo are going home.
And it was Team Scorpio that was voted out first, following a dismal result in the 4x4 test. In episode 2, we started off with a blinder. Quite literally. The driver was blindfolded and the other team member had to guide the Hilux through the obstacle. Team Soweto did a great job, as did the overachieving Old Boys, who again came out top.
Left, stop!
Yeah, good job, boys.
Michael Schumacher is one of
Temelo tested the teams on some general knowledge
what was
questions.
the multiple Formula One's champion daily driver while he was in the employ of Ferrari?
Probably a Mercedes-Benz.
And in a most unexpected turn of events, the 2 sisters were voted out. But wait, there was more. Trackmaster Daniel created a complicated web of reversing, which the teams had to complete in, you guessed it, reverse gear, with a driver change halfway through the challenge. Team Short came a bit short on this test, and the father and daughter team undertook the walk of shame. We started with 6 teams, and now 3 teams remain. That's a 50% team loss. How is that for excellent mathematics?
Congratulations, there are only 3 teams left. Give yourself a round of applause.
Or 50%, just saying.
Okay, throughout the day, and obviously the series, we've been testing all your driving skills. Welcome to the ADA gravel skid pan. We've pre-planned a route for you where you need to drive as fast as possible. So passengers are going to be out the vehicle, and we have another challenge that you're going to be focused on, and that is a 12-piece puzzle. This will be timed, the puzzle will be timed, and we're going to be adding the 2 times together to see who's in first, second, and third place.
Daniel takes the teams on a track walk, explaining everything about dodging cones, lefts and rights, do's and don'ts, and the birds and the bees. Okay, maybe not that. The teams will all be driving a 2-wheel drive Hilux 2.8 GD6 Legend RS with the traction control disabled. That means off. Serial overachievers Saki and Gustav are up first. Older boy Saki takes the wheel while Gustav builds a puzzle. Oh no, he pulls a perfect Nikita Mazepin maneuver, overshooting the turn. That's 1 very dead cone. And bags of lost time. Meanwhile, Gustav is hard at work on the puzzle. Saki gets it going again, but now he needs to make up some lost time. Careful through the gate. Some Janelle de Villiers going on there as Saki pushes to make up time. And finally, Saki is done. But Gustav is still battling with the puzzle. Will the old boys finally be toppled from the top step of the podium? Saki started with all guns blazing, but he arrived at the first turn way too fast. This indiscretion induced bags of understeer and the Hilux plowed straight on, instead of turning. Saki's heavy right foot could prove his undoing in this challenge. Racing driver Philip is next. He knows all about the racing principle of slow into a corner, fast out. Ah, that's the way to do it. Slow in, fast out.
Missed 2 cones, missed 2 cones.
But in a cunning
Missed 10
move,
seconds.
Philip skips the slalom on the way back. Philip has incurred a 10-second penalty, which is a lifetime on a short course like this. Now he really needs to keep it clean and not make any more mistakes. And Philly sets a new benchmark time to beat. But Paul is not having much luck with the puzzle, and time waits for no puzzle. Looks like Paul's puzzle building skills, or lack thereof, may nullify Philip's excellent Gymkhana run. It's redemption time for Johan and Nicky after landing up in the bottom 2 more often than not. Oh no, he makes exactly the same mistake as Saki, carrying too much speed into the first turn. Now the angle for the next turn is completely wrong, and he has to reverse, if he can find reverse gear. He takes a more sensible approach on the return drive through the slalom track, and then also gets some Janil de Villiers going, which almost turns into another Mazepin maneuver. He hangs on and crosses the finish line. Meanwhile, Nicky is hard at work on the puzzle, but she is also having a tough time. It's all a bit of a puzzle to me.
Okay, so 63.15 and plus the 5 for the reverse.
Yeah.
So that'll be 68.15.
Okay.
So Philip in first, we've got Johan in second, Saki, Mr. 4x4 in third.
Team Soweto smoked this challenge, and even with a 10-second penalty, Philip was 18 seconds quicker than second-placed Johan. But the puzzle building was a game changer, and the old boys managed to avoid last place only through Gustav's puzzle building skills.
So on this challenge, what the competitors have to do is to get the surf ski off the Thule roof rack, into the water, around the buoy, in the dam, and make their way back. Simple.
Sure, Timelo, easy if you are Olympic gold medal swimmer Tatiana Schoenmaker. For the rest of us, maybe not so much. The old boys have a go first, and Saki doesn't get very far before he decides to go for a swim. The boys reset, and Saki has another go on the tricky surf ski contraption. And takes another tumble. The rule is simple. The teams can row the surf ski in any fashion they please around the buoy. They can even swim it. if they so choose. Third time lucky, the saying goes. And this time Saki, if maybe in slightly ungainly fashion, manages to stay aboard the rickety surf ski. And finally completes the challenge.
And touch.
304.
What did this one take? 3, 2, 1, go!
Right, let's see how Johan and Nikki tackle this. And I'm guessing Nikki has no plans of taking a swim on this challenge. Steady as she goes, lad. Steady on. Johan starts paddling away and... Ooh, that was almost a calamity. Displaying the dexterity of a ballerina, Johan manages to stay on board. He makes it around the buoy, and he reaches land without actually taking a swim. It will take a small miracle for Team Soweto to beat that time.
Two, 1, go!
If there's one thing racing champ Philip and IT man Paul are not keen on, it's swimming. Normally the only water they like to deal with is when taking a shower. Nevertheless, Philip takes to the water. Well, maybe not like a duck would, but like a very vigilant racing driver that doesn't particularly like large bodies of water. Don't worry, Philly, there are no crocodiles in here. Watch out, Phil, crocodile! Ah, just kidding. Philip does an amazing job. He makes it past the buoy.
Don't go to Durban.
But the turning, ooh, she's
Row
not
on
with
the
Philip.
left-hand side, but row in reverse.
Row in reverse.
Come back, but come back with your
So he
right
devises a cunning plan. Commences to the opposite side of the dam, turn the surf ski around, and head back. Brilliant, really.
hand. Well done, Philip. Well done.
Well done.
That's
There
it.
we go.
Well done.
Oh no, he's capsized.
Same technique. Go back. Just go back and do it again. Okay, just swim with it.
He's gonna need some help.
Not being a strong swimmer and already tired, Philip is clearly battling. So Johan and our young assistant James jump into the water and go to Philip's aid. Together they bring the slightly shaky Philip and the surf ski back to solid ground.
There you go. Just put your foot and come over. Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
Hey, give me a
Well
waist
done,
up.
Philip. Well done.
Well done. Well done.
Are you alright? Hier is nie grappie nie.
It was deep there. I said, I'm just going to hold on to this boat. And it was going the wrong way around. But very interesting. Thanks, Johan. My lifesaver.
Phew! Thankfully we still have 3 teams in the game. Johan and Nikki came out on top here, followed by the old boys, and lastly by the brave Team Soweto.
So would you believe it, after all this drama and 2 challenges, all these teams are on the same score. So we've devised a highly technological solution to figure out who goes first. We're drawing straws. So Philip and Paul have drawn the shortest straw, so they go first. Well done, boys.
Time to drive a family SUV up a rather steep hill, as one does. Tackling the next obstacle first or last can have a huge influence on the rest of the competition. We'll explain why soon. Refreshed after his swim, Philip is ready to tackle the obstacle, Paul by his side. Earlier we mentioned that the starting position may be vital on this challenge. You see, the team that wins this challenge will be able to choose which team they want to compete against in the final. With the scores tied, the result of this one challenge will determine the winner of this leg. And that winner will be able to select who they want to compete against in the final. But in simple terms, it's all or nothing. Oh, that's a close shave.
Well done.
But a particularly steep rocky section halts the Toyota's progress. And they are done. The racing driver did a grand job of avoiding most of those golf balls. But will it be enough?
So this is the make or break, the big gradient that we've all been waiting for to show your ultimate skills. Because it is the last obstacle. This is make or break, it really is. I'd like you just to take a walk, assess where accordingly. You are the top three, so the poles or the gates as per se are really close this time.
Johan and Nikki go for a stroll up the mountain, and when the time was right, they were ready to commence the ascent. You see, I also know big words.
Okay, neus is verby. Iets spasie aan my kant.
Wag, dis 'n bietjie tyd by my. Die was so gewees.
Okay, jy moet mooi kyk vir my polkie of dit so.
Team Wildewiller has a cunning plan.
15 cm.
They had picked up that Daniel did not specify a time limit to complete the obstacle, so they tackled it at a snail's pace.
Baie tight wees. Tighter as die ander een.
Funny how snails always make an appearance in the script.
Okay, jy moet reverse.
Nou nie gaan hè.
Let's go. Jy Go. Met my polkie. Jy het hom verby, is verby. Jy steur. Mooi. Oh, dis tight, maar gaan. Jy's verby hom. Mooi.
Johan's experience shines through here. Steady as she goes, lad.
Is dit? Ek gaan. Moenie myne stampie, gaan dan vir my regs.
Phew, that took a long time, but Johan and Nikki clapped it.
Hoi, jy f***eister.
Dat was tight, dat was lekker, but it was tight. And
That one
we must reverse.
That one.
The old boys make light work of the inspection and get right down to it.
Hier is die polkies. Fuck, dit is tight. Ek kan dit nie eens mooi sien nie. Sy is verby. Reg. Net so lyk vir my mooi. Keep going straight. Straight. Touched it. Okay. Just barely touched it.
Saki and Gustav missed the timing trick, and intent on not grinding to a halt on the steep incline, Saki maintains a brisk pace.
Just like that is fine to me.
Oh dear, that's another ball gone. my Oops, sorry. Oh my greatness. That was close.
Last ball.
And more balls go flying. This is not looking good for the old balls. I mean, boys.
So guys, in this round, Philip and Paul, you laid the foundation. Wamsaki and Gustav, you took the Michael Schumacher approach. But Nikki and Johan won this round. So Nikki and Johan gets to decide who they go up against in the last round. We need an answer.
Okay, we've decided the team that we want to compete with in the next round is the brave Philip and Paul.
Wamsaki, Gustav, you've won every round up until now. But, you know, it is what it is. We're not going to see in the next round.
Some you win, some you lose. Can't always win.
Yeah, but you've
Not through a lack of trying.
been absolute sports, yeah. Thank you.
It was great. Thanks.
Thank you.
You get it right, sometimes you don't get it right. That's how the cookie crumbles.
I enjoy the company of Philip and Paul. I really do think they also did good in the competition. I don't know exactly how the points worked out every day, but watching them, knowing what they also did, they are also good competitors in the competition. I know when the uphill they did really well in that, and I feel they're fair competition to us.
You knew it was coming, so
We've voted people out, and it's part of the game.
I'm just proud of Paul also. I think he did very well on when they were blinding me to direct me all. And also he did some driving, and I'm also happy for him to, it's first time for him to do this kind of a thing. So I think he did very well to get here.
I think over the filming of the episodes, we actually got to know each other better in the car, got to know how we need to deal with each other, how we need to approach tasks. And I think starting to really work together as a team and understanding each other, I think that's what gave us the edge today.
We learned a lot, both of us. And I would like to thank Johan and Delighty to come and rescue me in the water. I was tired already to come back.
Knowing that I'm facing the same fear and there's nothing that I can do to rescue my partner. But lessons learned, gonna do something about it.
When you look at Philip, it's someone that's got perseverance. Give him a 4x4, he goes up the track. Give him water, he goes in the water. That's qualities in a person that I would like to compete against, and that's qualities in a person I like. And that's why we'll take him with us.
Next week we find out what really went down behind the scenes as alliances were formed and shattered. And what? Dumela wants to say something again?
Who would have thought how epic that would be and how difficult those obstacles were? Sadly, we lost one team, but do stay tuned because next week the two remaining teams battle it out and we see who the real champs are in the 4-wheel drive to the max.